Today we are talking about how you can calculate your grade at any point during the semester. And this is really crucial. You will have so many different courses throughout your academic career, and you always want to make sure that you keep track of your grades in all of your courses. So you need to do this independently from the professor to make sure that you not only know where you're standing at any given point, but also to verify that the grades that you have recorded actually will then pin out the way that you want to. And in addition to that, it is also a great motivator because once you see what you have accomplished, you can also very well calculate on what you need to do in order to receive an A, which should always be your goal in every class. So, are you ready to get a handle on how you can calculate your grade at any given point? Then let's get started. So step number one is that you look in your syllabus, and in the syllabus you will find not only all of the assignments that you will complete throughout the semester, but also, and this is really important, the point percentages associated with these assignments. So that should always be your number one priority once you first get into your classes, to look at where you are gaining what type of points. So in this instance, for instance, you can see then that the midterm and the final exam are 45% in total, right? And then there are projects, protocols, quizzes, and participation. So all of that together will be your grade. And you want to make sure that you allocate enough time to all of those assignments so you can do really well. Now, in most cases, professors assign 90% to 100% an A, 80% to 89 a B, and so on and so forth. So you want to make sure then that you not only get on your assignments for every assignment basically an A that will earn you an A in the class, but that you also keep track of maybe one assignment you haven't done so well, then on the next assignment you need to up your grade so that you can even out on an A average. So once you have looked at what the point balances are that are associated with the different assignments, then you need to make yourself a little grid. And I have a sample here. So I would recommend you pause the video and make sure that you take out a piece of paper and write down the exact grid that I'm listing here, that you can always use for any class and any assignment. So you wouldn't need to then just add a few more rows. Right now what we're doing is we're looking at calculating your grade approximately right after the half of the semester. So in this example, we will suppose that you will have a midterm and a semester group project grade available for you. Okay, and all the other grades are still outstanding. So what we are doing is we are calculating your grade basically right after the midterm as an example. But you can do this at any given point throughout the semester, and you should have a running list of those assignments. So first of all, you would need to list your assignments on the left-hand column. And then you need to give yourself a column for the percentage points allocated to those assignments. And then obviously you need to have the grade that you are receiving for them, and then you can calculate the points that you earned. So let's do that with this example. Again, you would look at those two assignments and the grade points in the syllabus. And then here we want to calculate the midterm right here, and then the semester group project. So what we are doing is we look at our syllabus, and the midterm has 15 percentage points. So that's what we're doing right here, 15 points. And then the semester group project has 20. So that's what we are writing down here, 20 percentage points in our grid. Okay, so far so good. So then the next step, once we have done that, is that we need to calculate the total for the percentage points that we have earned so far. So that's 15 plus 20 is 35 percentage points. So if you have 4 assignments already completed, then you would do this with each of them and calculate them all together. So now let's move on to step 3. So for step 3, you are then looking at what grades you have received. And you fill that into this template. So for the midterm, let's pretend you got an A, so you got a 91. And for the semester group project, let's pretend you get a 75, which is a C. Okay, so now you see that while the first one you did really well, but that was only worth 15 percentage points, the semester group project in this case was worth 20 percentage points, but you did not as well, so you only got a C. Okay, so that is step 3. You fill that in for all of the projects, for all of the assignments that you have already received a grade on. Okay, now that we have step 3 completed, let's move on to step number 4. And in step number 4, you are calculating the points that you have earned for those specific assignments so far. So what you do is you multiply 15, or in this case 0.15, times 91, and that will give you 13.65 percentage points that you have earned for your grade. So if this were to be the only assignment, obviously you would fail the class, right? But there are other assignments, as we see here on the left, tons of other assignments, so not to worry. For the semester group project, you do the same thing. You multiply 0.20 times 75, because that's the grade that you earned, and that will give you 15 points that you have earned. And obviously now you need to calculate that all together. So that is 13.65 plus 15 is 28.65. That's what you have earned right now in this class. And you see that it's still not a passing grade, right? A passing grade would be 70 percentage points, but yet again, this is only 2 assignments. So this is only the midterm and the semester group project. All the other assignments with large percentage points are still outstanding. So now you might ask yourself, well, that's great. Now I have earned 28 points in this class. Fantastic. What do I do with this now? So again, we have our points and items here on the left. So make sure that you are aware what the percentage points are and which assignments are associated with that. So right now, what we are doing again is the midterm and then the semester project, which are 15 and 20% respectively. And so remember that we calculated here in this grid the different percentage points. So 35% is our percentage points allocated, and then 28% is the points that we have earned out of the 35. So now in order to calculate what grade we got at any point throughout the semester, you would need to follow this formula. And let me just preface by saying that in order for this to work, obviously, you need to have the grades associated with the different assignments you're calculating your grade for. So for instance, right now, as I said before, we only have those 2 assignments, right? Only those 2. So that's why we are able to calculate the grade only based on those assignments. If you have more assignments already graded, then you would obviously include those. So in our example, you have the total points earned in green divided by the total percentage points allocated. And this is the formula you need to write down, because this is the same formula no matter how many assignments you have. And if you have 50 different assignments, as long as you know what the percentage points are here on the left that are associated with the different assignments, you can do this calculation. So we have 28% divided by 35%. That's what we calculated here down below, right? And so if we do the calculation, then we got an 81, which is a B. The reason why we got an 81 is because in the first assignment, yes, we did get an A. That's this one, we got a 91, right? But in the second assignment, we got a C. We got a 75, okay? The first assignment was worth 15 points, while the second assignment was worth 20 points, okay? So for the second assignment, we did worse. So that means that 20% is weighed heavier than 15%, and so it's going to pull your grade down a bit. That's why you got an 81. But the good news is that for this calculation, in this particular example, you only got 2 assignments that are graded yet. So the midterm and the semester project. And based on this particular syllabus, you still have the final exam, the final group project, the protocol, then 5% for the quizzes and 5% for the participation. In total, that is 65% that are still missing. So if I were to give you an advice on this course and how you're doing right now, yes, you got an 81, which is a B. That's true. But there are still 65% outstanding, which means that if you do well on the 65 outstanding possible percentage points, then you can still get an A in this course. So again, my philosophy is, if you do sign up for courses that have a lot of assignments, such as this one, it is totally beneficial for you, because if you have a lower grade on one of the assignments, there is still so much left that you can really pull your grade up. As in this example, you got a C, right, on the semester project. On this one, you got a C. But you can still very well earn an A in this course if you pull really good grades for the remainder of the semester and the rest of the assignments. So that is something I would look for if I were you, to have a grading distribution that is comprised out of a lot of assignments, so that if you do mess up, you can still catch up and still get an A. And I would really recommend that you keep track of your grades in this particular manner. So for instance, if you had 3 grades already, let's pretend you got the midterm, the semester project, and then the protocol, then you would basically fill in those 3 assignments in the grid. So you would add here another line, right? And then you calculate everything based on that. And obviously your total grade will change based on those assignments. But you can really do this at any point, and so you should do this at any point, so you always know where you're standing and you always can see whether or not you can still pull things around, because this is a great motivator to know that yes, maybe you did one of those assignments not to its fullest potential. You can still pull things around, and if you calculate your grade, then you will see, well, you got here in this example 65% still outstanding, and you will have all the opportunities to just still turn things around and make an A. Versus if you do not calculate your grade, you might think because you got a C, now all is lost, which is not. So I hope that this helped you, and I hope that it is an easy tutorial for you to follow whenever you are calculating your grade. Keep this tutorial handy and just play it back and follow along the different steps whenever you're calculating your grade until you feel comfortable just doing it on your own. And you should, again, do this for all of your courses moving forward and keep a really good and accurate log of all the grades that you have received and how much they are worth in total for this semester in the course.